Today, what we're going to talk about is a very simple movement that everyone should be doing, and it's the dumbbell squat. So when you think about the squat, you're going to use your whole lower body. We're talking the glutes, hamstrings, quadriceps. This is a great movement for any kind of lifter because powerlifters obviously compete with the squat. Strongman, you need to have strong hips for your performance. Bodybuilders, you have to have huge legs to dominate the stage. And then for normal, common people, we need to squat anyway to sit and stand and perform normal functional movement from day to day. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So I'm gonna probably be a little crazy with my stance, but I'm gonna hold them by my side, and then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my hips down and then bring my hips up, okay? Now I'm gonna set the dumbbells down for just a second because when I do the squat, a lot of people, like myself, I just did this, you talk about your hips are gonna go up and down. But if you can see me from the side view, you want to make sure that your hips don't necessarily go up and down. They also go backwards and forwards. So it's going to look like this right here. They're going backwards. Now they're going down. Once you hit a good depth, you'll stand back up. And all of this is happening while you're holding the dumbbells. So again, I'm going to hold the dumbbells by my side. I want to keep my feet underneath my hips. So I don't want to go super wide, at least not yet. Feet under my hips, toes forward, keeps it all neutral. And then from here, I'm going to squat down, and then I'm going to stand right back up, okay? Now I do have a bench behind me. I think that's a good marker for people who want to have a good squat because, like I said, you want your hips to go backwards and forwards. If you are good at this movement, I wouldn't use a bench. I would just use a free movement of itself. But for the most part, hold the dumbbells, feet, toes forwards, and then you're gonna squat down, bring your hips backwards, then you're gonna stand back up afterwards. Now, my stance is key because if my toes are forward, that means I have a balanced approach with my quadricep muscles. You have 4 of them, okay? You have the vastus medialis, the inside, the vastus lateralis on the outside, the vastus intermedius. So again, vastus. And then you have the rectus femoris, which is on the top, which makes that little teardrop that you see in a bunch of the very lean bodybuilders and their physiques. Okay, so those are the 4 muscles. And if your toes are forward, that helps you integrate all of them. But if I'm having an issue with my squat and I can't get to depth, the next thing I would tell someone to do is this. I'd say, hey, open up your feet a little bit and then put your toes out just a bit more. That could help you hit your depth better and feel more balanced and stable. For people who are good with the dumbbell squat, I would integrate this for 3 to 5 sets of 8 to 10 reps. But let's say you're someone who's still struggling to get their hips backwards. What you could do is one of my favorite variations, and that's the goblet squat. You're gonna hold the weight in front, get your feet set up normal, and then you're gonna squat, bringing your hips back and down, and then standing back up from here. But the reason why a goblet squat could be better for beginners is because you can counterbalance your weight and learn to take your hips backwards even more. For new lifters, I'll either use the goblet or the front squat, because if you're holding weight in front, that'll help you make sure that you don't fall backwards if you normally were to hold the bar on your back or the dumbbells by your side. So again, the goblet squat is a great variation for beginners who have a hard time getting low, pulling their hips backwards and down as well. You can also try and do the dumbbell squat from a racked position. So right here, you can hold them up. You could try to sit and stand up. The thing about that one though, is when you're holding the weight up, that's a big challenge with your elbows, with your posture, with your core. So I would say that would be better for intermediate and advanced lifters who might have core problems with their squat or postural issues too. But at the end of the day, dumbbell squat, goblet squat, rack squat, all of these squat variations are a great tool to help you with your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes, okay, for massive leg domination. I would definitely recommend using the box until you're good without the box, and then go without the box. But like I mentioned, there's a lot of different things you can use with the squat, and is great for bodybuilder, powerlifter, strongman, and just common people who want to just get stronger and get better with their movement. So again, my name is Joseph Lucero with Powerlifting Techniques. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, subscribe, like the channel, and hopefully we'll catch you next time.